My name's Naomi Woddis and I'm a photographer. I live with two long-term invisible conditions, Lyme disease and Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I'm really interested in portraiture, storytelling and place, and especially the link between image and text. My new project, The One I Love, explores the relationship between people with long-term invisible conditions and their pets. I think for most of my life I had moderate health, but when I became ill, I became severely ill at first and it was really frightening. And that was 6 years ago. And over that period, I've had times of being bedbound. And it's really important to say that when you're bedbound, it's not like you think, oh, this is going to have to last for 2 months or 3 months or 4 months or 5 months or however long or years it lasts. You don't know, especially with chronic conditions and especially with my conditions, that period of time is going to come to an end. So the horror of never being able to get out of your bed or never being able to get out of your house is always with you, and it's really traumatizing. So photography became a real tool for me. And at first, I couldn't always use my camera because it was too heavy for me to carry and it was too hard for me to sit at my computer and process. So I'd used a lot either on my tablet or my phone. I became quite interested in details because that's a really dominant part when you're ill a lot. And especially when you're inside, you see the same things over and over again, and it almost becomes like a meditative practice. And I think even when I can go out, I still have an eye for detail, which is more than just aesthetic. It's what it means to be able to gaze on something and still find meaning and value in seeing the same small details. There is something about animals, and I know that cats have a reputation for being slightly aloof and snooty. They also seem to have a real sense of when you need their support, and there's something quite beautiful about two mammals and that wordless support of closeness and have a heartbeat next to you. And I've experienced, and a lot of people experienced, I think, who have long-term conditions, there's a lot of prejudice and misinformation about certain forms of disabilities, especially unseen ones. And animals come without prejudice. You know, a cat comes in, will sit next to you purring, will still love you, can still comfort you, and importantly, still engage with you. So you're still part of the world of interaction. So one of the reasons I'm interested in this project is that I know with my experience, both my cats have been a real lifesaver for me. And I've been talking to other people within the broader community. I know that their experience is very similar. So by looking at this delightful relationship people have with their pets, it gives me an opportunity to talk about invisible conditions as well as how important emotional well-being is and not being isolated when you're unwell. In order to put on this exhibition, I'm going to need your help to cover the costs of printing and framing. There'll be a number of portraits with accompanying interviews. I can't stress enough how important this exhibition is. Living with a chronic invisible illness is a great challenge, and it's often ignored or misunderstood, and I'm really hoping to redress that balance with the project I'm doing here. Thank you so much for all your help.